Hello, for this final activity that I'm doing, it was another cooking activity. For this one it takes heat, like using the stove, in a period of time to do it that I feel that I couldn't really shorten into a smaller video, so I was going to do sort of an explanation here, just to give a verbal representation of what I would guide the kids through. So for this one, it's supposed to be centered around the children learning about their local foods and where their food comes from in their area, not so much the things that are maybe brought in from bigger places or, places that they don't live, but rather that are just right here at home. So I would start the day with, in circle time, adding in a book. I love to use books as however I introduce whatever new idea that we're going into, because I find that children are, for me anyway, typically more engaged in listening to reading or like manipulating books more than almost anything else. Of course, that's going to be dependent on the child and the classroom and everything, but I've just found that most of my luck with getting children engaged comes from reading with them, for me personally. So I would start with a book on farming, or maybe just about farm foods in general. And for where I live, during this type of a season, around April and May, I would choose probably corn, like on the cob, that we could cut off afterwards, and most likely maybe green beans or collard greens, something like that, since I do live in a very rural area where those are some of the more common things that people grow in their gardens or just on the farms around here. So since this is going to be an activity with heat, I would need a burner in the classroom, like a little portable burner, and then some pots, a couple spoons, seasoning. I want to keep this a very general, not a very wild dish, but rather just showing the kids how to take the corn, clean it, open it and clean it, and to cook it. Just seasoned, regular cooked corn, not anything fancy, and the same like for the greens or the beans, whatever is chosen for that teacher in whatever area that they're living in. And so I would want the most of the kids' hands-on work to be with seasoning the water, opening the corn, getting the silks off of the corn, and washing the foods, and mainly them watching the process that comes with the heat. And this would take a lot of interacting with the kids verbally, and making sure that they're engaged in watching and talking about it, and talking about their favorite foods, maybe if their family has a garden, and the kids interacting with one another, making it a social experience, like a family meal type activity for all of them. So yeah, it would just mainly be guiding the children through cooking the food, and then afterwards having a family style snack time with the foods that were created together, so that they can have a sense of, I made this and I'm serving it to my friends. Thank you for watching.